This week, the House of Representatives made history when it announced who will serve as chairs and ranking members of its committees and caucuses in next year's Congress. Representative Gregory Meeks from Queens, New York, has been elected by House Democrats to become the first black chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Meeks says his top priority is to work with the next Secretary of State to restore morale in the State Department. Another milestone, Congressman David Scott from Georgia's Atlanta metro area will become the first black lawmaker to lead the House Agriculture Committee. And my next guest was also announced in a new pivotal role this week, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. The incoming CBC chair is set to play an important role in Washington, advocating for black Americans during a time when so many are facing disproportionate effects from COVID-19, economic insecurity, and social and legal injustice. In addition, the Black Caucus will be tasked with working closely alongside the Biden administration, which has promised to diversify its cabinet and administration posts, not only to include more African Americans, but other people of color and more women. With me now, Democratic Representative Joyce Beatty of Ohio. Congratulations, Representative Beatty, on becoming the next Congressional Black Caucus chair.
Well, first of all, Al, thank you for having me on. I'm excited, needless to say, about my recent appointment and certainly plan to work hard for the people, for our communities, and really for justice for all.
And we are going to have much opportunity to talk and get to know each other over the next few years because you have a very heavy lift in front of you. I want to start with the first thing that a lot of people, a lot of African Americans are talking about, and that this is an administration that promised great diversity and change. And in some quarters, there is criticism that people haven't seen that as quickly or as fast as they would like. What is your view on how this administration is forming with respect to diversity and African Americans?
Well, I think we're just starting. And one thing that I've been very pleased with, and many of my members in the Congressional Black Caucus, is that he has done what he said he would do. He said he would make sure he identified and picked a female as his vice president. So not only did we get a female, we got someone who is extremely talented, great leadership skills in Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. Cedric Richmond, who represents a younger group of individuals, quite talented, and he also, member of the Congressional Black Caucus, will have be the eyes for the president and the ears. When you look at the communication team, an all-female communication team of some of the best minds and individuals quick to speak and write. Simone Saunders, a very good friend of mine at the table, representing the younger folks, the millennials. So I'm very pleased with that. When we look at Karine Jean-Pierre, a principal deputy press secretary with a national presence. We also have Linda Thomas Greenfield, a friend to the Congressional Black Caucus, as the ambassador to the United Nations. We have Cecilia Ross, who, as you know, is the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors. She also was very helpful to President Obama. And we have Wally, who is a friend and was just with us by Zoom at our meeting this week of the Congressional Black Caucus, will be the Deputy Treasury Secretary. And so there's so many more. We have Ashley Etienne, Vice President-elect Harris's communications director, who also comes from the House of Representatives. And a lot of key staff are going to be on the Biden-Harris team who are African Americans. So I think we should not be quick to judge. I don't want to start out judging in a critical way when he has done so much in starting up. However, Al, that does not mean that we will not come to the table and challenge or question. But
let's talk about what
today. I'm okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's talk about some of the stuff that President Obama was talking about this week. This year has been hot when it comes to social justice and the equality in policing. Obama warned that there are terminologies that we use, like defund the police, that may have scared some voters away into voting for other people. What's your take on this? Because this is a matter that's close to you as members of Congress, particularly black members of Congress, representing particularly diverse parts of this country.
Absolutely, Al. We have a big tent. There will be some individuals where that works for them. or that is their ideology, that they believe we should defund the police department. I think we're all saying the same thing. While words matter, terminology matters most. The core of it is we need to reform the police departments across the nation. Every day you turn on the TV and you see another person who has been shot. And not just shot multiple times, shot in the back, shot while they were lying on the ground, shot while they were in the car with their children, and there was not imminent danger. So do we need to readdress, reform, reallocate, and look at how we're addressing the reform of our criminal justice system, how we're looking at the reform of our police department? Yes. Now you have to remember, it was just a few months ago that I was pepper sprayed when I was out peacefully protesting. So I know what it's like to have unnecessary force. But that does not mean we get rid of all of our police and our police departments, because then we wouldn't have the services we need for those things that are in alignment. But I think we will take a critical eye of how we reform it. And as you mentioned, we have a bill with the Jobs and Justice bill that deals with a lot of the social injustices. Here's the good thing in my caucus. We have a lot of great ideas. We have people who are extremely verbal. We have very talented people that I'll be reaching out to. Many of them are our new Congressional Black Caucus members that I agree with their intent and their focus. We just have to figure out how to shape that.
Well, you've got your work cut out for you. I hope you and I will spend many hours talking. Joyce Beatty is a Democratic representative from Ohio. She's the next chairperson of the Congressional Black Caucus. Good to see you this morning. Thank you for taking your time to be with us.